Everyone mocked the waitress who helped a fallen old woman. What happened next changed everything. On a chilly autumn afternoon in downtown Boston, the streets buzzed with hurried commuters, chattering tourists, and the clinking of coffee cups from cozy cafes. Among them was Emily Carter, a 24-year-old waitress at Morningside Cafe, a modest little spot tucked between a bookstore and a florist. Emily wasn't wealthy. She worked double shifts to pay off student debt and help her ailing grandmother with medical bills. But what she lacked in money, she made up for in heart. That day, as she took out the trash behind the cafe, she heard a sharp gasp followed by a thud. An elderly woman had tripped on the uneven sidewalk and fallen hard. Passers-by paused, but only to stare, whisper, or even laugh. "She's probably drunk," one man sneered. "Should have stayed home at her age," another muttered. But Emily didn't hesitate. She rushed over, knelt beside the woman, and gently asked, "Are you okay, ma'am? Can you move your arm?" The woman, frail, with silver hair and worn-out shoes, looked up with watery eyes and whispered, "My hip, it hurts." Ignoring the jeers around her, "Why bother? She's nobody." Emily helped the woman sit upright, cradling her like a daughter would. She called an ambulance, stayed with her until it arrived, and even gave the paramedics her number in case the woman had no one to contact. Back at the cafe, her manager scolded her. "You lost 2 tables while you were playing hero. And for what? Some old stranger?" Emily just smiled softly. Because it was the right thing to do. 2 weeks later, a sleek black town car pulled up to Morningside Cafe. Out stepped the same elderly woman, now dressed in an elegant wool coat, her hair neatly pinned, eyes sparkling with quiet strength. She walked straight to Emily, who was wiping down tables. "You remembered me," Emily said, surprised. "I remember kindness," the woman replied gently. "My name is Eleanor Harrington." Emily blinked. The name sounded familiar, but she couldn't place it. That's when a tall Nan in a tailored suit stepped out of the car. "Mother," he said respectfully, "are you sure about this?" Eleanor turned to Emily. "This is my son, Nathan Harrington." Nathan Harrington. The tech billionaire, the philanthropist, the man on Forbes just last month. Emily's jaw dropped. "I told everything," Eleanor said, taking Emily's hands in hers. "How you didn't care what anyone thought. How you stayed with me when no one would. How you treated a stranger like family." Tears welled in Emily's eyes. I couldn't leave you there." "That just is everything," Eleanor said firmly. "In a world that rewards selfishness, your compassion is rare and priceless." What happened next seemed like something out of a dream. Eleanor didn't just thank Emily, she changed her life. First, she paid off Emily's student loans in full. Then, she funded Emily's dream, opening a community cafe that served meals to those in need and offered job training for at-risk youth. But she didn't stop there. Inspired by Emily's selflessness, Eleanor launched the Kindness Legacy Fund, providing full scholarships to young women pursuing careers in social work, nursing, and education, fields driven by service, not status. At the grand opening of the new cafe, named Emily's Light, Eleanor stood beside her, addressing a room filled with reporters, grateful families, and tearful staff. "People mocked her that day," Eleanor said, voice strong with emotion. "But kindness doesn't seek applause. It seeks only to heal." And sometimes the universe rewards it in ways we never imagined. Emily, now standing tall in a simple dress, but with a heart full of hope, looked out at the crowd. Among them were the same pedestrians who once laughed. Now they clapped, not out of pity, but respect. This story isn't just about luck or hidden billionaires. It's about the power of one good deed. Done without expectation, Emily didn't help Eleanor hoping for a reward. She did it because her conscience wouldn't let her walk away. And in doing so, she sparked a chain reaction that lifted not just herself, but hundreds of others. Never underestimate your kindness. It might seem small in the moment, but to someone else, it could be everything. If this story moved you, if you believe in second chances, in compassion that changes lives, please like, share, and subscribe to ACA Storytales. Your support helps us bring more stories of hope, courage, and everyday heroes to millions around the world. Because in a world that often feels cold, stories like Emily's remind us that kindness still wins. Thank you for watching. And remember, be someone's unexpected blessing today. You never know whose life you'll change.